So, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this knowledge session series where we are discussing safe enterprises detail fixtures. We have the honor of hosting Mr. Migdad Merchant, who is a promoter, whole-time director, and the CFO of the company. So, welcome, Mr. Merchant.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
So, Mr. Merchant, I just want to initially understand from you your whole journey. How did you start? I saw that you have always been kind of, it's been 30 years you have been doing this kind of business. So, can you tell us how did you start and how has been your journey till now?
Okay. Yeah. So, Safe Enterprises was formed in 1976, but in 1991, we ventured exclusively into modular shop fittings. That means if you want to create a store, you come to us. We design the store, we create the fixtures, we design the fixtures, we manufacture them, and then we fit them on your site and then hand over the entire site to you. The idea is that all the fixtures, which is basically the furniture on which you would display your merchandise, which is something critical for a retail business, and 80% of the visual space or the visual area of a retail store is basically occupied by fixtures. So it becomes a strategic tool for brand building and for brand positioning for any retail business. So we would make that, we would design that, we'd help you design your store, manufacture the fixtures, and fit it on the site. So this we were doing from 1991 all the way to 2010. This is what we call our traditional business.
Okay.
Then in 2010, we realized that shoppers are now changing. Technology has permeated into every aspect of business, and retail too is no exception. And so to enable stores to transform into smart shops, from shops to smart shops, we created InSync Shop Fittings, a brand of innovative new age solutions, which would ultimately be an ecosystem to be able to house on top of it technologically advanced stores that we call smart stores, to be able to integrate with the phygital retail landscape. Now, I'll explain to you more. That's why I have samples also with me. You'll have an idea of what I'm talking about. The idea was that from 2010, we got into this. Now, what we have basically done is we have created over 3,000 shop fitting components of various different types, costs, finishes, aspects, utility, etc., to kind of create like a Lego set where any kind of store that you need to create, we have the standard engineered components which are pre-fabricated, which are pre-created, also pre-tested. The load testing has been done, the certification is available for a lot of the engineered components, etc. And on top of this, we only would create the skin for your store. So if you want a different look, you want fabrics, we can use fabrics, you want woodwork, we can use woodwork, you want glass, acrylic, whatever materials you need to use to get your decor part of the store, that is what we call skin. So our motto goes standardized engineering, customizable skins. This is the entire thing that we have kind of created ourselves. And this was our proprietary designs. We have over 15 design patents and more in the pipeline.
Okay.
So the entire idea was to switch from, like whenever somebody looks at us, they should not look at us as a fabricator or a contractor. Look at us as innovators, as solution providers. And that's what we have done. That's what we have positioned ourselves towards. And that's what we have built our fixtures to be. So now to give you an idea about why all this creation and what have we been basically doing. So I'll give you an idea. This is a standard. You must have seen this kind of a straight arm, which is where you would put your hangers on top here. And this is where shirts would be hung, right? And if I just put this into this track, it lights up.
Okay.
Now if I take this, put it down, it again lights up. If I remove this, and if I put this, again, no wires, no nothing. This is a shoe plate. It again lights up. So now just how I light up LED lamps here, the idea would be that in your store, you don't need to use a lot of ambient light on top. Use these lights so that it would give focus on your merchandise, on your product. So we say light where it matters most. Now, as it can power lights, it also powers tablets, it also powers RFID readers, sensors, all of that. So this is why I say the phygital experience, that we've created experiences where you can come into a store, pick up a shoe or whatever item of merchandise, have its detailed display on a screen, and then a user can also check out and just make payment for that and check out, and then that kind of material can also be delivered to them on their at their house. This is obviously if the retailer wants to do that. If the retailer doesn't want a complete that kind of a solution but want an assistive technology so that a shopper will basically pick up a merchandise, see its details on screen, also browse through various other options which are available, and then finally buy what they want or place an order for what they want. All these kind of use cases can be supported because we have created the ecosystem to be able to support something.
Okay, understood.
Right.
So, so Marshall, this is all looking very exciting. Meaning, obviously, when you think of fixtures, the local furniture wala carpenter comes to your mind, but
I
this looks very high tech.
I know. And you know what? When you think of fixtures, like it's you just think of like a boring rack, right? That is what we have strived from 2010 to change that entire perspective and rebrand ourselves and also rebrand the industry as a whole. That no, you can do a lot of things with fixtures. In fact, fixtures are where your merchandise lies. It is where the shopper has seen the merchandise for the first time. It is where he took the psychological decision of whether he likes it, wants to buy, what doesn't want to buy. So for us, the true point of sale is actually at the rack, at the shelf. So being able to put power, being able to give electricity, being able to power IoT and tech enablement right at the rack level, I think it is according to us, I think it's a very transformative thing, and it is something that we should be seeing being adopted in the future very fast.
I totally agree with you. Can you a little bit tell us about, all these look like specialized, components.
Right.
So how much do you manufacture in-house? What percentage is, outsourced? And also, take us through your manufacturing facility. What is the capacity? How do you describe capacity also? Because it's not like per ton or kgs. So can you just tell us how to think about capacities?
Right, right. So, okay, to answer your first part of your question, that see, are all of our components that you see here in our entire range, all of this is manufactured by us in India, in our facilities. The
Oh,
outsourcing would basically be for certain finishes, for certain cleansing processes, for certain cutting processes, etc. Uh,
okay.
or certain die work and etc. like that only. But the entire assembly, the full conceptualization as well as its assembly and manufacturing happens in house in our plants only.
Okay.
And all of this is indigenous, by the way. It's all made in India. The only imported components that could be there also in some cases would just be these LED strips. But these LED strips also we are now switching to Indian manufacturers.
Acha.
So even that. So the 100% make in India is basically what we are focusing on. Now,
Hmm.
in terms of capacity, see, we have 5 manufacturing units in Navi Mumbai. In
Hmm.
the RHP, you will see basically three, and now
RHP,
there
what do
are
you mean by
five.
RHP?
Hmm?
What is RHP?
The red herring prospectus. We just
Uh-huh.
did IPO in June, right?
Acha, acha, okay, okay.
Yeah. So you would see three that time. So around June or May when it was filed, basically that was 3 units, and now it's five.
Okay.
You increase the capacity immediately, and this is notwithstanding the fact that our mega factory, which is over 2 lakh square feet, is already being constructed in Taloja.
In Taloja. So when is that starting?
That should be operational by June 26.
June 26?
Sorry, June 26. Yes.
June 26.
Yeah, we are in September 25.
Hmm. So in few months from now.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so this will be the
Less
sixth
than a year.
manufacturing facility, this Taloja one.
No, this will be the sixth for some time, and then we will consolidate these units into one. The whole idea.
Achha, so you will move this 5 manufacturing units into this Taloja large factory.
Absolutely, that's the plan. But again, that won't happen overnight. It will be in a phased manner. Ultimately, that's what will happen. Because right now, what's happening is because we have these 5 manufacturing units, you can imagine how difficult it would be to manage. You have to go from one plant to another, certain processes on one plant, certain processes on the other plant. Then you have to
Hmm.
pack, then you have to send, then you have to unpack, then you have to again do a quality check. So there's a lot of unnecessary repetition of costs also because of having such number of units. So we look to consolidate all of this. Because of that reason, also we intend a lot of and we believe that a lot of efficiencies will come into the process. Our throughput would substantially go up. The amount of material that we can ship out would substantially go up. So yeah. Now coming to how we measure our capacities.
Yeah.
Basically, we can measure our capacities in terms of tonnage and square feet in terms of woodwork and tonnage in terms of the metalworks, etc. But I think the
Hmm.
most useful metric would be the amount of rupee turnover that I can do.
Hmm.
Obviously, this is an estimate,
Hmm.
uh, but according to our current setup, I can go up to like current setup when I mean without the new unit, because that would be around 200 to 250 crores of turnover.
200 to 250 tons, you're saying?
No. 200, 250 crores.
Achha, so our turnover, which is around like 139, 140 crore,
Yes. So
it can
till
go to
around
250.
250 crores, I would be able to pull it from the current setup.
Achha. And once the sixth unit comes in, which consolidates everything, what would
Right.
be the capacity then?
At the current installation, so 40 right now is a 90% utilization. We till the RHP, then we took the 5 factories, it's gone a little down. And
Hmm.
after the new factory, it'll become 40% utilization. So basically 150, 140 crores is 40%.
Achha, the 500 crore plus kind of revenue we'll be able to do once the new
Yes,
facility
we'll
is
be
up.
able to do from that. And that is basically at the current level of intended machines that we are going to be putting. The
Achha, but we'll
space,
have space for more.
yes, we definitely have space for more. Around two,
Okay.
3 years down the line, we intend that another, 10 to 15 crores worth of machinery we should put to be able to, be able to get a 750 to 1000 crore kind of turnover from this plant. So it's
Achha,
enough for now.
in 3 to 4 years, we can increase the capacity again by investing 10 to 15 crore more on the
Or
machinery.
in machinery only. Yes.
Okay.
The main cost is basically the land and the space in the construction, which is enough for it'll be enough for us for a long time.
Understood. And how many, you said that there are 3,000 components that you are manufacturing?
Yeah, 3000 plus shop fitting components. This I'm talking about the core engineering components, right? I'm not even counting the skin part. So, for example, this wood board. Instead of
Mhm.
wood, you can have this different color. You can have like basically you can have fabric. You can have all of that. I'm not counting any of this. I'm only counting the core engineering components.
Gotcha.
As the brackets, the metal work, the housing, the part which holds these sensors which are able to light. So you see no wires.
Mm-hmm.
So again, to be able to do this in a completely modular way without wires and have it in such a way that on a wall you don't know how many shells are going to be put, right? When you're manufacturing this, it could be any number of shells, any number of hangers, any number of plates, etc., shoe plates. But still, it should be able to handle that load, and it should be dynamic enough to be modular, and should be dynamic enough that no wires should be seen anywhere. And that's been the challenge, and that's been basically our R&D, and that's been what we have put years behind.
Okay. And when we talk about cost of manufacturing, what would be the gross margin that we would have?
So our EBITDA is at around 33%.
No, EBITDA, तो ठीक है. What about gross margin, meaning just the material cost out of your total?
A material cost out of us total on an average is around 50%.
50%?
50%.
Acha, okay. So, Mr. Bashir, can you take us through, how does a new order comes
When I
in?
say, this I was talking about cost of goods sold. Huh? This
Cost of
includes
goods sold,
wages.
that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
That's around 50%.
Conversion costs also,
Okay.
not just
So,
materials.
how does the discussion happen? Do they roll out some tenders, or we bid to some tender, or we have relationship? How does our orders come in?
It's not tenders. It is basically on request for quotation or this would come. Typically, it would be basically a new plan or new brand or new one wants to come with, from a retail house, they would reach out to us.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and tell us that this is quotation, this is coming. We want to discuss with you for this. Normally, it will always be a request for a meeting. This is what we want to do. You come to our office. We want to discuss. Then
Okay.
we would go. Our team would go, would understand from them what the concept is. We would ask detailed questions regarding the brand. Because again, I told you, I think we're solution providers. So it's not
Mm-hmm.
that they would give us a design in hand and say, manufacture this. Typically, it would start with, okay, this is kind of the brand which is coming. These are the kind of the designs that we are looking at. This is the kind of store we are looking at. We would take that kit and we would say, okay, just give us some time. We'll get back to you
Okay.
on everything, on our plan, on our costings, on our everything, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we would take that. We would understand from them. We would see the designs that they have made. Then we would have we would do our engineering designs. We would do our layout designs, etc. And then we would go and again discuss with them. Now, whenever a new client and they are specific about the kind of design that they want to use only, we would tell them, okay, we can make this for you, right? We also do have our ranges, etc. Over time, we have always noticed that what happens, it tends to become co-creation. In the sense, they start off with their design, but then we show them what we have, and then together we merge something, and then we create something unique.
Mm-hmm.
And then once that has happened, then comes the phase of the BOQs, the bill of quantities. We lay out all the products. We tell them how many shelves. For that, we have to understand how many SKUs are they going to put. Are they selling jeans? Are they selling ethnic wear? Are they selling shoes? Because all of that has different load. All of that have different weight. All of them have different ways of displaying it. Right. Also, the price point. Is it a premium store? Is it like a boutique where it's an exclusive kind of thing, or is it a very mass product? Again, if it's a mass product, then the fixtures need to look like that. Your SKUs need to be more packed. If it is a more a premium store, then you have to have that much more space, more open space, more areas for showing your concept, showing different kind of design and stuff that you can do rather than showing your SKUs. So
Okay.
this all,
So,
we discuss all this, then we give them a bill of quantity, then we give them a quotation for each of those items, and
okay.
then there's a discussion. They tell us their target costs and budgets, etc. We see what we can set. Many times it can happen that we can change a few items. Few items we can keep it as it is. We can maybe do
But all
something with
stores will
them.
not be same size.
Mota see what happens is that the size exact to square feet, obviously you can't get two stores the same, but normally the format stays the same. So if it's like for 1,000 square feet format, then it'll be roughly around 1,000 square feet, like
Mm.
1,050, 1,100, 1,020, etc. If it's
Okay.
5,000 square feet, then it'll be around 5,000 square feet, so on and so
Okay.
forth. So, and these different formats again require different this. Like if it's a 2,000 square feet store, 1,000 square feet store, you have more play in the sense you can take more expensive finishes, you can take more premium looks, you can take better this, you can take more, you can put more oomph and panache in the store, right? Because again, even though each item would go up, the quantity is not that much, and because of which your each store will not cost you that much. If it's a 5,000, 10,000 square feet rollout, then you have to be a little more frugal on the kind of fixtures and the kind of finishes and the kind of look that you are aiming for.
Okay. So, initially we handhold them on the design,
Yes,
and then we offer them, an estimate for how much, would this cost.
right. So
And
we
then
give
once they
them two
approve it,
estimates. So basically, one estimate is for the products, for the this item wise, that these many shelves, these many brackets, these many gondolas, these many mid floor units, etc., etc., and this would be the total. And then a
okay.
second would be for the service element. Would be if we have to like design it, then there would be a design fee. If we have to like go for installation, then there would be an installation cost.
Gotcha. So, like Varun has this question, what percentage of revenue comes from product versus services? So, what would you estimate?
Uh, I remember 23, 24's figures coming to mind immediately is that when it was 100 crore total revenue with other this around 1 crore was from this. So 1%, 1 to 2% is from services.
Acha, so it's not very big services
No,
thing.
no, it's not a big profit center.
Understood. Before I go further, there's an interesting question which has come from Charanjeev. So whether these current factories are leased or company owned, the
No, no,
land
they're
and
leased. They're leased. That's the main reason why we wanted the IPO to be able to have our own facility.
such.
With
So
all our
we have
units,
bought the land.
Hmm?
We have bought the space.
Yeah, we bought the land.
Acha. So will it reduce our cost or something?
I mean, yeah, definitely. No, the cost will go down because we are paying over of 20 lakh rupees of rent in total. Actually,
In
no,
for
if
the
I count
five
Pune only.
factories.
Yeah, if I count Pune, then that's even upwards of yeah, around 35 lakhs in total.
Acha. So
This rent
basically, we are
cost.
spending like 3 to 4 crore on just the lease rental,
Yes,
which will
yes.
come down to zero over a period
It
of
will
one to
come
two
down to
years.
zero. Only thing is that we have depreciation cost after the plant is started. But that's it. At least that's a non-cash cost. But
Mm-hmm.
there's a quarterly cash outflow. So definitely we'll save that amount as well. So our EBITDA will definitely tend to go up to that tune.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So once the order comes in,
Hmm.
do we get really any kind of advance to make that?
Yeah, we do. Different customers have different terms, but standard term that we kind of work on is 50% advance and then certain portion after delivery, and then 10% is left for 6 months as a retention money.
Okay. And so what is the typical, inventory that we keep and how much is the,
Depends. If you are working with us from a long time and you are giving us your details properly that these many stores you require and you're keeping what you tell us, then we are confident enough to keep that much stock for you. So we're keeping a number of stores in stock. So that
okay.
really reduces down the TAT. Your TAT substantially comes down.
Acha. So suppose a new chain comes to you and says that I need to do 50 stores.
Right.
Um, how long will it take to do those 50 stores from, agreeing on design and, putting in the
After
fixture?
design is done, we'll take 45 to 60 days to ship out the material. The number
So
of stores
45
does
to
not
60 days
matter.
to ship out the material.
Yeah,
And then how many days
and
for
around
installation?
10 days for installation.
How many?
Around 7 to 10 days for installation.
So that's it.
That's it. That's it. Doesn't take
So
that long.
it doesn't include any civil work.
No, we don't need any civil work. So we don't do any of the civil contracting. See, for us to install the fixtures, there's two things required. Your four walls have to be ready with painting.
Acha, so when you say fixtures, it doesn't include the lighting and all.
No, it doesn't include the writing. We don't do writing. We're talking
So,
about
so we only
only
do
about
the shells and the other stuff out there.
yeah, the retail fixtures, the one on which your merchandise is going to be. That's the
Hmm.
only part that we do. Yes, as a horizontal expansion, we can get into lighting fixtures and all of that. But again, see, we have always been very choosy about the kind of work that we work with because to be able to like we call us a little traditional, but we believe that it has to be profitable growth, has to be sustained profitable growth. I mean,
Hmm.
doing something for the sake of doing it, but with the margins are really not there, doesn't really make sense. So,
Okay, so do we ever have issues like customers saying that the product is not up to quality, any disputes or any bad sales?
in 35 years, we have not had any major dispute. Yes, site level issues do happen, but then how it works is, see, for example, if there's any mistake which is done in shipping out the material to them, or even in manufacturing, etc., then my site team basically takes care of it. And
Hmm.
if we can't take care of it, then the from the factory we ship out the material and we fix it. So, but idea is to fix everything before we hand over the site. Once they sign off, they sign off.
Hmm. Okay. And so I just wanted to understand, meaning there's a lot of chatter about, a predominant client of ours.
Right.
Uh, one, can you talk about the journey with that client? And secondly, what portion is it right now? And what are our plans to reduce dependence on that large client?
See, the thing is that customer concentration is basically when we say a large client, okay, first and foremost, you have to understand the retail group is when you say one client, it will be one billing, but it's not one brand.
Okay.
Each of these clients have really multiple brands. under them, and we work for multiple brands of even our largest client. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, then in again, what happens is our journey with this client also has been from 90s. It's just that they grew a lot in after COVID, and we were taking orders for them, and because of that, we our capacity actually ended up becoming jam. We
Mm-hmm.
did grow, but we didn't have the potential to really, diversify our customer base. So demand was not a problem because again, we have been working since 35 years. Almost every project team in the country knows us,
Mm-hmm.
and there are inquiries for new brands and stuff coming to us, but we are not unable to serve that because of capacity constraint. If you see my um, prospectus and documents also, you will see that at 90%, about 90%, we were at capacity. So that's
90
the only
is,
reason
sorry?
that this client concentration happened, because we ended up taking a lot of orders and they only started giving us more and more, more and more, and that's why this reached this situation. But now there are two major differences that have happened. One, we have in the last year consciously onboarded more customers and larger groups again. And now those larger groups in this year have started being more active as well. In fact, we had a capacity problem from another group now in July, because of
Okay.
which in Pune we increased our capacity. You see, 15,000 square feet we have increased more capacity in Pune, totaling now to 65,000 square feet in Pune. And in January, we'll have another 50,000 square feet added. That
Okay.
almost we double the capacity. And this is all without any of the major IPO funds being used yet. This is not even into the any of those objects. I mean, there is partial usage, but not majorly into any of those objects that we have spoken about. This would have been the situation had we not done the IPO as well.
Mm-hmm.
So all of that, the usage of that funds and the growth because of that funds is not even kicked in right now, and that will start
Acha.
kicking in after mid next year.
Okay. So I'll come to that question once, after this. I just wanted to, summarize. So basically, we are saying that the largest customer um, is around 85-90% is
No, no, no. Our
typically
top five is 85-90%, not our largest.
85 to 87.
Yeah.
And but this includes various brands of that customer, like, you
Yes, yes. And
know,
this is the top five number. This is not our
Acha,
top customer.
this is not the top client, top five. So this
Top
is top
five
five.
clients. So this is five groups like this, and under these each of these five groups again multiple.
Acha, okay. So the largest group would be how much percentage wise?
Percentage wise would be around say 60.
60%.
60%.
But then again, it would have like multiple brands
Five brands.
within
Five brands.
that.
Five brands we are working with currently with them.
Okay. And so in next 3-4 years, will this concentration go down a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. This concentration will go down, but
Okay.
not because the volumes will go down. We don't intend the volumes to go down with this. We intend that to increase, but we are also increasing the volumes with others, and that is
Other
the reason
guys.
why
Okay.
it's going to go down in percentage terms. But in rupee terms, we don't want it to go down with anybody. Why?
Obviously, why do you want to go down?
Absolutely.
Okay. And what are the geographies we are operating in? Because our capacities are in Navi Mumbai.
Yeah.
Are we concentrated only in Maharashtra, or
No, no,
we work
whole of
across
India,
India?
whole of India. 25 states we have supplied to last year, and there's no concern because see what happens is it's like wherever you open the store, we open the store for you.
Hmm.
So many of our customers go international, we go international with them.
Acha,
Right now,
okay.
in fact, we are working with over 14 stores are going on right now internationally.
Okay. So how do you manage that? Saloni has this question. Um, what is the proportion of exports, and how do we manage our supply chain to these, overseas locations?
Right. So our exports in terms of proportion right now is hardly 5 to 7%.
Okay.
Yeah. So okay, now how do we handle it in terms of supply chain? Basically, we get orders again advance. We uh, create the materials, etc. Do all the design phase and all that happens before. Then we ship it out. Typically, those who take the export, they take it in container loads. So they take multiple stores worth of material like that. Then when it comes to the installation phase, they take local local teams, local carpenters, etc. And we send our site supervisor, which they pay for, but we send our site supervisor, and then that person ensures that all the installation and all that on site happens properly, and the site is handed over properly.
But in places like Middle East, etc., meaning, the labor is also Indian only, no, largely.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Saloni has a lot of questions. Let me take one by one.
Okay.
So the other thing she's asking, are we eligible for H&M and Samsung stores?
Yeah, we are eligible for them now.
Okay.
Our Pune plant is more modern, etc. They require a lot of those certifications and stuff in place, which we now have. In fact, if I take my finger right now and put it in your, nothing
Okay.
happens because these are UL certified. And see, electricity was on. It lights up.
Amazing.
So we have
So,
gotten all this certification stuff in place. So we're definitely what you say now geared up to do it. But see, again, as I just told you, we started working with two more brands. We had a capacity problem again in last in Pune again because of this new client. So we can work with everybody and anybody, but our problem is bin capacity and not demand. So first we want to take care of that.
okay, understood.
And see, one more thing you have to understand. Why
Hmm.
is this trust built? Why we have so much deeper engagement and increased business with all our customers over years? Is because one thing, we don't end up just taking work for the sake of it. Point number one. Point number two, this is not just it's a mission critical thing, right? You need a partner that can grow with you. If you want to do 100 stores, they will be able to do the 100 store standard, and they'll be able to install it all across the country properly to the way you want it, right? Now, this has restrictions. This means you have to be careful. If I take uh, 10 large groups like that without having the bandwidth and the infrastructure to be able to manage that, then issues will start, and then all that the goodwill and brand royalty and trust and all that I talk about will start tumbling.
Hmm.
So sustained growth is something which is very, very important.
Understood. So, meaning, are we looking to, because we have these kind of tech products.
Hmm.
So, what Saloni is asking is, are we leveraging this tech stack to differentiate? If yes, are there any other peers who are doing the similar thing?
Are using a tech stack to differentiate. In fact, not just the tech stack, we're using an entire researched range to differentiate. We're using the fact that we have engineered components, and because of this reason, we are able to do it like a mix and match kind of solution fast, like a Lego fix solution, and be able to reduce our TAT.
So,
Because we have
who would be our
engineered our
peers whom they can track?
uh, peers in case see in
Mhm.
shop fittings, right, is a niche industry. First, you have to understand that there are
Mhm.
very few players organized in the first place. And in these, there are even fewer who have created their own product range, their own designs, who have done R&D, etc. In
Mhm.
these also, there are just handful that have these electrified solutions. To our best of my knowledge, there's nobody in India who does this. And the three companies that we know of, apart from us, are all European companies.
Okay. Hmm. Karthi is asking, can the designs be implemented by more than one partners? Because any brand would not want to depend on only one person.
Yeah, we do have channel partners as well. We work with contractors, we work with architects, etc. So see, you have to understand three pillars of our growth engine, right? One is your projects business, where we work directly with large groups and we supply to them directly and we install for them directly. This is one part of our business. Second,
Hmm.
you have the channel partners, but which are contractors, architects, and influencers, right? There we supply to the brand directly, uh, or then in such a case we supply to them and they basically integrate it into the entire solution, right? And this also includes other shop fitting companies internationally. We do that as well. We supply these components to other shop fitters as well. We get these specified into brands, and then anywhere those brands grow and they go to any other shop fitting company, they again take the components again back from us. So that's also the second part. And third is our own franchise network. We also have franchisees. We have right now currently three franchisees in India and one store in one's our own experience center in Kochi. And then we have another two locations in UAE and Kansas City, USA, outside India. So this all of these things are already ready, but only in revenue proportion times. This is all still less. Our projects business is dominant, but there's nothing stopping us to increase this or grow this. Again, the only thing stopping us was capacity.
So basically, you sell through three channels. So
Yes.
what would be the proportion from,
Our
selling
channel
to?
partnership business would be around 2%, and our direct sales would be 98% right now.
So franchisee and the third party is
So the
10%.
business together would be around 2%.
Okay, so it's not a big number at the moment.
So it's not a big number at the moment.
But it will, does it help us target some,
Yeah, it
smaller
definitely
chains,
does.
smaller standalone stores?
In fact, if you see right now, we are doing a few exhibitions and trade shows internationally, uh, and the only reason we are doing that is for this getting brand specified abroad, and this will all be through channel partners.
Hmm. Before I forget, Anuj has been repeatedly asking about, is there any experience center you also making at that new facility?
Yeah, we are making a new experience center also at the new facility. We also have it in the Pune facility. We have an experience center. Uh, and we have an experience center in New Bombay here also through a franchise. We have it in Kochi, our own, and we have in Hyderabad and Indore as well through franchises.
Okay,
In UAE and Kansas City, USA.
okay. Now, one of the questions people are asking, meaning though you said that you are constrained by capacity and not by demand,
Right.
but and I'm hoping with this kind of stimulus we have got from GST and
Yeah.
companies would be fast tracking their store rollouts. So, do you see any slowdown in
No,
India,
I don't see
internationally,
any
anything?
slowdown. I don't see any slowdown. In fact, yesterday I was very heartened to see that one of our customers, the same new customer that I added in, and we were serving, uh, basically has announced that they are coming up with 400 more stores in the next 3 to 5 years.
Okay.
So that's really heartening. And no, I don't see any slowdown. In fact, I'm no expert, I'm no economist, but according to my understanding, it is that because of all these impetuses which is coming, GST reduction, income tax, 12 lakhs, tak no income tax, this will all drive consumption. And
Mm-hmm.
again, because a few brands have shown that tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 cities of India have a lot of power, other retail brands are also going to follow suit. Another minute you go into tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4 India, the volume that you can have is huge. Because just making 100, 200, 500 stores, 1,000 stores across India is not a big deal. But if you're just focusing on metro cities, then there's a glass ceiling that you have there, right? But if you go all India, then there is a very large this. So I
Understood.
feel a lot of local giants we should see emerging, a lot of Indian pan India giants we should see emerging in the next 5 years.
Understood. Mehul has been asking, is there any AMC income we get once we have put the fixtures?
No,
Do
not
company give us
AMC,
something
not
to
annual
manage?
maintenance contract, but
No?
sorry.
Meaning, is there any AMC income like once you put all these fixtures, sometimes something is not working. How do they, meaning we do after sale service?
Okay. So the first and foremost for after sales, that is why that 6 month retention period that I spoke about is there, right? So for 6 months, they're seeing everything is sorted or not. Okay. Only thing is the lighting, the LED strips and stuff. There, whatever manufacturer warranty we get, we extend the warranty same to them. Apart from that, when it comes to AMC, no, there's no income for AMC, but there is refurbishment and repeat sales. In fact, this is quite high. I would say almost 20% of our business comes through repeat sales or through old stores which they want to now change into the new design, and this keeps happening every 3 to 4 years. This is the cycle of retail.
So
Otherwise,
how
new
many,
stores
after how many years normally a refurbishment
three
demand
to
comes in?
3 to 4 years.
Three
Again,
to
this
four
is not
years.
because and this is not because our fixtures don't last. Our fixtures would last for over decades. But the thing is that retail is such, right, where they need to be fresh. They need to be in turn with today's, you know, styles, and they have to be in touch with today's market, today's consumers. So they
So,
tend to make it. They tend to change the designs over a 3 to 4 year period,
okay.
and they do this gradually. So they'll not change everything. So
So
what they
is
will
it
do is
the
they will
same
start.
as doing a new store? Refresh is the same as, or do you just change few things?
Nah, it really depends. Sometimes it happens that they would change the entire store altogether, or
Hmm.
sometimes they would say that okay, let's do one thing. Let's now only change all the cash counters across India, all the stores. Let's change them. Or they would say that let's change all the browsers across India right now. Then let's change all the trial rooms across India. Depends. Different brands have different strategies in how they want to go about this. Some say that okay, let's do one thing. Let's create a niche area within our existing store, change that to the new design, and then once that is a success, then let's roll out the new designs to the entire stores, entire retailing part of the store. So it's different.
Uh, uh, what quantum of our orders will be coming from tier one cities and how many from the tier two, three, four cities?
See, right now, the bulk of our orders is tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4 cities. The reason is that the growth in the last few years has been from these places. Again, our billing is obviously to the head office here, but the site, the delivery, and all of that is to the sites across India. And bulk of those have been tier 2, tier 3 cities. So, in proportion, I would say at least about 80-85%.
Okay, and this question has been asked twice. What proportion of, say, Tata Group's demand we would be meeting? Like Trentica, what wallet share we would be getting? I mean, they would be giving to some others also. But so,
So, again, this is brand wise. So, for one of the brands, we have almost 90% market share. For the remaining brands of theirs, we have varying different proportions. But as a whole Tata Group, there's still a lot of stuff that we can do. So many of the brands we don't do. We don't do Helios. We don't do Titan. We don't do Zara. We don't.
for so basically, if we do say West Side,
Yeah.
what proportion of their wallet share we'll be getting?
West side, I'll need to check. Zudio, I can tell you that is more than 90%.
Zudio, how much wallet share we'll be getting?
Around 90%.
How much?
90%.
90%. So they are totally dependent on us only.
Yeah.
Because you said there's not too much of competition. And
Would
what
be
about the European guys that you mentioned? Uh, where are they working? Meaning, in which categories are those guys working?
So most of the European guys are not supplying so much in India as such. More dominant place that they would be there is in Middle East. Hence, we are entering in the Middle East because in terms
Hmm.
of cost, we are much cheaper than those counterparts.
Okay, understood. So everybody is asking one big question. Your margins, etc., look really, really strong.
Right.
So one, are they sustainable? And number two, why they're so high as compared to companies like Naman Store. By the Naman Store is our client for investor relation services. But what would be the major difference?
So again, it's really hard to say that why is Naman not having these margins? Why do we have this margin? I can't answer that really. Again, I can tell you about what we do. I told you the reasons why we have good margins because we have been able to create our own range. We are able to get economies of large scale production. We have been able to standardize a lot of our this, and because we are focusing on little larger brands, we get more volumes, and because of that, we are able to get economies of large scale production. And above that, we are also what you say the only kind of player which has a 35-year-old heritage. So because of that, even if we are a little more expensive, I think it's okay because that trust is there. That's
Okay,
uh,
let me ask this question slightly differently. What is the average size of a Zudio store?
around 40 to 50 lakhs.
40 to 50,000 square feet, right?
No, no, no. Okay. No, the Zudio would be around 5,000. 5,000 to 6,000 square feet.
5,000, 6,000 square feet. What would be the overall cost? I mean, what kind of inventory or as a percentage of total expenditure to run that store?
Right.
What proportion of investment they'll be doing in racks and all that we do?
I think around 40%.
40%. Acha, you're not counting the inventory they keep in the on the
I'm not
store.
counting, no, no, I'm not counting the inventory. I'm
Yeah.
talking about the civil work, the electrical work, and then the painting, all of that. And I'm also counting the.
On a per square feet basis, how much will it come to for doing one Zudio store?
Mm, no, we don't maintain anything per square feet wise, frankly.
No,
Like,
as a 4,000, 5,000 square feet Zudio store, how much would be your revenue in that?
mm, I don't think that anybody would like. I don't think Tata would really appreciate me talking about this in a public forum like this.
No, I'm just trying to understand because people are talking about high margin that you have.
Right.
So I'm trying to understand maybe it is not a significant cost for them, so they are not really focused on squeezing you out to the last digit.
So it is not a significant cost for them. That I can definitely tell you. Also, another reason it's not a significant cost for them, as against the benefit that they get, is because see, we are keeping so much stock for them. We are doing a quicker turnaround, etc., which in turn makes them start their stores much faster. So rather, they should focus on that, or they should focus on reducing their cost and then getting us into a situation that we cannot supply to that kind of scale. So obviously,
Mhm.
the, and this I'm not talking about any particular customer. I'm really talking about everyone in general. This is the mindset that it is important because fixtures are mission critical for a retail store. It's very important to have somebody who can give you a quick turnaround, and that's what we focus on in
Is
all.
there any difference in costing between a tier one or a tier three town store? Or your product costs the same?
No, the product will cost the same. If they're using the same things, then it will cost the same. There'll be only difference in basically the transportation cost and that's
Hmm.
the installation will also kind of be the same. Now there will be no
Okay.
difference. Unless a brand decides that okay, they want a different look in the metro and they want a different look in tier two, tier three cities, then obviously it will change. If they change the layout, if they change the number of SKUs, they change the number of fixtures, then obviously it will change. But till it's the same, then it's still the same.
Hmm. So Rahul asking, what is the entry barrier to this business? I mean, obviously you have decades of experience. So I can think of that.
Right.
Um, but so now in our business, how much would be organized and how much would be unorganized, players? And what would be the market size according to you? I mean, if we do 139 crore, you are saying we can go to 1,000 crore.
Yeah.
That's a big increase in 3 to 4 years that we are
Market
talking about.
size, no, I'll tell you one thing. The problem with sizing the market is because there's no published data available for retail fixtures, frankly.
Hmm.
Maybe now it will come because now retail fixtures have started having listed players in it. Maybe some research company will come up with a report. But basically, when we were creating our deck and etc. for the IPO roadshows etc. That time, what we did was very simple. We took the market size of your uh, retail interior design because that's available, right? In that, we kind of assume that let's say out of interior design in retail, which covers your signages, covers your fixtures, covers lighting, covers mannequins. Let's say 20% is fixtures.
Hmm.
And when we did that kind of sizing, still it is tens of thousands of crores, and
Okay.
we are at just 139. So for even a 5x, 10x growth, there's a lot of scope.
Okay. So Ria has a very interesting question. She's saying what has changed actually, meaning if it was just capacity constraints, were we constrained by the capital availability? Why didn't we expand, earlier? Or has the demand only come up now? So,
So
can you
we did
explain what has
expand.
changed actually in our business?
See, we did expand. No, we did from two factories. We came to five, and also counting Pune six. We did expand, but then obviously this expansion was slow because again, as we got orders, we earned money, we took more on lease, we did that. Uh, Now, when we want to do something and go to the next inflection point of growth, then we are like, let me give you a kind of a perspective. If I put all my 5 factories together right now in Bombay, we are having, say, roughly around 80,000 square feet.
Hmm.
We're going to 2 lakh 10.
Oh, so that's 10x.
Yeah, 2 lakh 10. No, that's not 10x. 10x would be 8 lakhs. This is around yeah, 2 times, more than 2 times, 2.5 times.
Okay.
To two, yeah, 2 lakh 10,000. That's what we are doing right now. So straight more than double. And again in Pune, again I told you we're already doubling it. From 50, which is there, we took another 15, make it 65, and then adding another 50. So that's more than double.
Hmm.
So this is the now this obviously requires funds, right? And this
Okay.
is necessary for doing the next growth of fund. Because if we don't do this, if we were not to raise this kind of capital, we want to do this capex, then again we would have grown, but we would have grown the same way.
Now you'll have grown at whatever capital is available to you. But now,
Yeah.
since you have done an IPO, so
Yes.
let's take this question on the IPO. You raised how much? 80 crores?
No, 169 crores.
159 crores.
169.
169. So what is the use case of that 169 and how much we already used and
So around 75 crores from that is towards a new factory.
70 was secondary sale?
No. It's towards
Hmm.
usage of our new factory. So entire 169 crores is primary, fresh issue. Nothing
Okay.
from this.
So 79, 80 crore is going for the new factory.
Yes.
Okay. So 30 crore land you already bought
Yeah, it's already bought. Out
and
of that
40 crore
partial,
is toward building and civil work.
so partially it was from the purchase of land, partially was from our own funds, internal
Okay.
accruals, and partially from the IPO funds.
Okay.
To be precise, around 16 crores worth we had already done from our own funds, and the remaining was from, so 31 crores land cost, 16 we had done, and the balance 15 was from the IPO funds. And the remaining is machinery and construction,
Okay.
right? And
So,
this is, yeah.
so remaining is okay, machinery. And what about the other 70 odd crore that you raised? Is it for working capital?
Yeah, 40 crores are around for working capital.
Acha, okay. So, Ria had this question. Leasing a factory doesn't take much inventory.
Hmm.
It does, Ria, because they are putting 40 crore in inventory only. So, and if they're getting 50% advance and margins are same, what factories are leased at Exponent? So she's asking that if 50% you are getting advance, why do you need too much of working capital?
We don't. As of today, we don't need working capital, frankly, but we will need once we grow. All
Uh,
of this, even frankly,
but you will be keeping some standard products as inventory now because you won't be making it last minute. Otherwise, it will
yeah, in fact, for some of our customers I mentioned, we go as high as keeping some tens and 20 stores in stock.
in stock, no? Because
Which,
they would want the store to be up and running immediately
and
as
if
fast as
see, if
possible.
I'm talking about turnaround time as being one of our key reasons or key benefits, then definitely I have to keep all that. And even those which I don't keep in 100% finished condition, I definitely have to keep them in semi-finished and raw material form, so that to be able to undertake urgent orders and be able to ship them out fast. So there, definitely inventory will be there, and inventory will increase. What you say, when our turnover definitely goes up, when export is there, etc. All of this will amount in increase of working capital. But as of today, if you would see our balance sheet, you would see you don't even need funds. It's true, didn't need funds. But why do you take funds? You don't take funds for survival. You take funds for growth.
Hmm.
We want to grow, and hence we did this fund infusion.
Okay, so there are a few questions which I kind of missed. One is, do we do any particular, clients like fashion or um, can we extend the categories? Go to probably somebody's asked autos, somebody's asking,
A very, very good question because
luggage.
we have done a Mercedes store also, a Mercedes showroom.
Okay,
So we can extend to anything and everything, frankly, in retail. But again, there are two considerations. Fashion is a sweet spot because fashion is where you have the maximum differentiation in terms of the kind of fixtures that we have can really augment your brand image, can be able to, give it that edge. When it comes to a lot of commoditized products like grocery, etc., then that differentiation becomes difficult. So we tend to stay away from that. We have done, it's not that we haven't done, but we tend to not get into that too much. But when it comes to other segments like electronics, jewelry, shoes, yeah, all of that we are there. And
okay,
even F&B, we have done some halwai stores also, and we've done dry fruit stores also. We've done all of that. So yeah, all these
hmm.
categories are there. Fashion remains our dominant category, but there's nothing restricting us to go away from that. Well, not go away from that, continue that, but also add more categories in the future. See, right now,
Okay,
whatever we are talking, you have to really understand that we are speaking on the basis of uh, we kept getting work, we kept doing work, we increased, and now we're still at 139 crores of turnover, right? If we just continue doing what we are doing and do it for more people, easily we can still go to 400, 500, and then this much market is easily there. So only after a certain point. So, should I continue?
Sorry, can you guys please keep yourself on mute and ask your questions in the chat box? Thank you. So, Jay is asking peak turnover. Peak turnover, Jay is 1,000 crore plus. Uh,
From the place, but I'll have to do some capex investments at that point. But
now
that'll
for
be,
machinery, you will do some capex, but from Taloja only you will do, na?
yeah, from the
Okay.
new places.
Uh, so Karthi is asking to understand the value addition from innovative designs. How have you how's the per square feet cost trended over the last 3 years? Meaning,
See, per square feet, I'll tell you one thing. It's kind of a vanity metrics. But if you need to know, then on an average, we have ranges where you can create a store from 200 rupees per square feet to 2,000, even 5,000 rupees a square feet.
hmm,
So even 10,000 rupees a square feet. Okay. So that's kind of meaningless. It really comes down to what kind of store you have. Again, it's premium versus not premium. It's stocking a lot of material versus displaying more concepts and not so much material, not so much SKUs. So all really depends on those factors.
okay. I think last question which I want to talk about. Oh yeah, one of the questions, thanks Saloni for reminding. You made some investment into Insight FinTech Solutions. What is this?
Okay. Now, this is not something that we have made. We have just taken the board's approval to basically do. Now, see what happens. Told you about lift and learn, right? You can pick up a shoe and get the details on the screen, etc. So currently, the software we are collaborating with different vendors for that, but we are thinking of creating that in house as well. Because again, that's core tech. Rather than having it outside the group, it would be better to be within. We are intellectual property. Now, for that reason, we already have a company as part of the uh, promoter group, which is into fintech solutions, which is a technology company which is into SaaS and fintech. It already has the entire team, etc. So we were just toying with the idea that if we make an investment here and say we use this amount to create these software solutions for this tech, how would it work? So still, it's not at a complete stage. We are just at a thought stage right now.
So how much money have we invested in acquiring this?
2 lakh, 2 crores, not a big amount.
Sure. But you could have done it on your personal level. Why confuse investors with investment in the company?
No, but because till now it was at a personal level, it was a completely different software, right? But if you are creating something which would be part of this retail tech, then it would be rather to be better here.
Oh, okay. So you are saying that it will develop solutions for the
We
retail.
want to develop retail tech solutions. Right now, the software we are collaborating with other vendors.
Understood. And okay, so one of the questions which was there, and because of the tech, I got reminded. What about virtual and AV and AR that we are talking about? VR.
Oh, so AR and VR, so we already have that. So you go to our website, insyncshopfittings.com. By the way, safeenterprises.com is our corporate website, and insyncshopfittings.com is our corporate website. Sorry, our brand website. Okay. So you go on insyncshopfittings.com and you go to the virtual experience center, and you can move through it. If you connect it with your PC and then put an Oculus on your head, you'll be able to actually move it in VR. Same way, we create a 3D for your store. If you want us to create it in a way that we can put a helmet in your head and you can move around to it, we can do that as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Mr. Merchant,
Yes.
now can you give us some guidance, meaning what should investor expect FY 26, 27, 28? You said you want to be 1,000 crore.
No, I didn't
30.
28, I want to be 1,000 crores. I said 1,000 crores is the peak revenue that I can do from this place.
Achha, so can you give us some guidance so that people can have an idea how fast the growth will be?
See, our target, okay? I mean, this is our target. No commitments. I can't, and I would like to avoid to make any forward-looking statements. But basically, 2.5x times on our PAT is what we want to do in the till
So
28.
आपका PAT तो was around 39 crore, right? Last year.
Yes. So
So
2.5x.
39 into 2.5,
Yeah.
100 crore.
Yes. That is
So
our
by,
target.
when are you saying FY 28?
28. Yes.
FY?
28.
FY 28.
Yeah, 26 and stuff is not possible. Now, see, 27 is when you start seeing the effect of the new plan, the new capacity, all of that. 28 is where you start seeing more effect of that plan. So
So,
26, so
so 20,
whatever I'm
27,
doing,
you will still get some growth coming in.
yeah,
And 28 is when the full benefit will be visible.
till the full benefit should be visible on our top and bottom lines.
And we will remain debt free.
Yeah, we intend to stay debt free.
Okay. So I think this is an excellent conversation, Mr. Merchant. Very excited that you are
Thank
doing
you.
such a fabulous work
Yeah.
in a space we never thought it could be, so innovative and so tech heavy.
Thank
So
you so much.
congratulations on that. And I'm sure that the investment you have done in that tech company, we will have more wallet share.
Yeah, absolutely. That is the intention.
Hmm.
But again,
So,
we're not sized. We're not really finalized the deal. We've just taken a board's approval of this much amount that we want to put.
okay, understood. Anything, any closing comments, Mr. Merchant?
No, that's it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this conversation. I really enjoyed. I hope you guys had a good time, and I hope a lot of your queries and stuff were answered. And I apologize if I didn't answer anything directly because there are like I
No, no,
can't.
you were pretty candid, so there's no. And so thank you everyone for joining, and please do reach out to us if you want to set up, more detailed conversation with the management. I've just put out the email ID on there, so you can reach out on that email ID. Anuj is asking, can we do the plant visit? Obviously, Anuj, let it get ready. We'll definitely take you to the plant visit next year. So be rest assured that there will be a plant visit. Yes, recording will be available on our YouTube channel as well as our website. So, and in case you have any difficulty, just reach out to Nikhar at the rate goindiaadvisors.com. He will be able to help you on that. So, thank you for that.
Thank you so much.